All right, guys, let's dig into the Divine Masculine's energy because I feel like they have done quite a bit of healing, okay? When it comes to inner child stuff, especially, like I'm hearing Divine Masculine healing, level inner child completed. I'll show you guys the card combo because before I hopped on, I was trying to pick up on their energy. Like, what does the collective need to know? And so I pulled the combination twice and I was like, okay. So these are the cards that I was picking up on, okay? And when it says cycles completed, there's a message coming through about like reparenting. Okay, let me tell you guys what I'm picking up on when I sat with these two cards. I'm seeing that your masculines, somebody can't stop working on themselves, okay? They're always going to work on themselves if that's what it means to be closer to you. They can't help the feelings that they get. If they hurt you, by hurting you, they're hurting themselves. That's what I'm getting, okay? At first, it doesn't feel like that, but during the separation and in the silence, that's when they start piecing things together. And right now, I do feel like reparenting themselves is something that they may be going through on the low, okay? And that could explain a lot of their silence. Many of you may feel, you'll tell by the energy, okay? And I feel like it feels calm right now. The energy, although they may be silent, although there may be separation, it's not a chaotic energy. You guys aren't really seeing a lot of movement from them because they're either in the hanged man position, so they're hung upside down where they're so deep in thought, they don't have time for the world. Okay, right now they are on a journey to getting themselves right, getting their thinking aligned. This is somebody who is craving a better way, a better perspective. They just want peace in their life. And for some reason, you keep reminding them of that. No matter how much time or how many weeks, days, months you guys spend apart, it always boils down to, I can't move forward unless I address this. Okay, they can't just move forward. It's like wanting closure in the relationship with you, but it's like you guys go through so many separation cycles that at this point they feel like, okay, it's not about wanting closure. It's just about what's coming up here. And I feel like for a lot of them, they need to see what you see in them, Divine Feminines. That's the healing that needs to take place right now. And that's why I feel like a lot of them maybe need to reparent themselves because they're working on knowing that they're worthy of this love and that it's not is something that's going to deceive them. Your masculine, whoever he is, I'm picking up on his heart. He has a big heart and he knows how to love you. But a lot of the bumps along the way has come from disappointment in love and not knowing how to trust it and whether or not it's going to be steady and consistent. Okay, therefore he's unsteady and consistent because that's all he's ever been shown. So I'm going to dig into this deck because I'm already picking up on healing family issues. This may have something to do with the dynamics between you two. Somebody doesn't want to be that version of themselves. It's no longer comfortable for them to look at themselves and feel, I don't know why I'm getting the words like, ugh, like disgust, you know? Somebody could like, you know what, not even disgust. It's just, you know, that like you get the shivers when you realize like, oh gosh, I sound like my mom or I sound like my dad or whatever the case is. Someone's maybe looking back. That's why I keep getting the hanged man because the hanged man is when healing takes place as well because your mind is trying to give you a different perspective so that when you are upright again, you can walk properly without being all dizzy. It's like you have your grounding again. And I'm seeing that as they forgive their parents or as they maybe separate their upbringing from who it is they're choosing to be now, that's when they're getting loose from the knot that's holding them upside down, okay? Because, yeah, they're getting to their breaking point. A cycle is closing out. They're like, okay, I've had enough of this upside down stuff. They're ready to work on their behavior, their temperament, how they see love, how they see women, how they treat women. Someone wants to show up for you in a way that like the chemistry is better. It's not so push and pull. Someone wants to be someone that you can trust. I'm hearing work on things, okay? So work on your partnership could be very significant here, which is to give this a chance. So there's like the unsteadiness of it all. I feel like that's what your masculine wants to bring an end to, but they can't bring an end to the unsteadiness and the dynamics with you unless they stop for a moment and actually like think about what love means to them. As cheesy as it sounds, guys, like there is no other way, especially with this divine feminine, because you keep shining that mirror to them. You're a love bug, divine feminine, okay? You expect a certain level of magic and passion and romance in these relationships, and your masculine's like, listen, like, what do you want, a fairy tale? And you're like, yeah, absolutely. So you are just this species that he's not used to, but the chemistry keeps pulling him back. It's because of that magical aspect about you. It's like, you know what it is? You're this beautiful fairy, divine feminine. And in order to keep you magical, you do need that magic. You do need that passion. You do need that sweep me off my feet every single day type of energy coming from him. And he has not been able to do that because he's been bogged down by something that he's been avoiding, which is the inner child healing, right? Sabotaging a good thing before it even starts. So, yeah, reconciliation is on its way soon. I feel like the universe wants you to know that because many of you may be either getting impatient or feeling like you want to let go, or even some of you questioning the journey, feeling like, was I crazy? Was this all in vain? But, no, it is just... It was a matter of just letting it go or detaching or allowing this person to experience change on their own, because there was no amount of you staying and trying to force that change or create it that got them to do it. It had to be a realization on their own. And I'm also hearing that separation was one of those things that allowed them to do that. And this separation couldn't happen from the masculine's part because they don't know how to separate from you, divine feminines. It always had to boil down to the divine feminines being the ones to detach, because he was always going to reach out. He was always going to resurface. And, you realize that at this point, you would have to be the one to shut the door and let that proper healing take place. And look at that. We have higher self-activation taking place. Okay, so that's what this silence is all about with the divine masculine's energy, is this whole inner child thing. I don't want to be childish in relationships, or I don't want to show up as though I don't know how to handle my own emotions when things get big, or it feels like I've got to have all the answers. I just dip on you, or I start communicating in a way that makes you feel like you're unsure. A lot of you are not putting up with this stuff because it represents someone who is not doing their inner work. If you can't stand 10 toes down and have a proper conversation like an adult, then this isn't going to work. So this is all like this whole ending to all of the miscommunication, all of the bullshit, all of the ghosting. And at first it was cute, it was attractive. Many of you in the divine feminine energy might have been caught up in those cycles, but not anymore. Not anymore. The more you get clear on how it is you expect to be treated, what it is you want out of a relationship, and this is coming from a lot of the time you've spent alone, and being on your own forces you to do a lot of shit on your own, right? So when you learn to adult and take care of yourself, you have those same expectations of other people to act accordingly in every single area of their life. Okay, so I feel like this transformation is taking place because many of the divine feminines are being clear now on what it is you want. Like, I am willing to go it through as much separation as I need to. I'm willing to be distant from this person. I'm willing to detach, as long as it's not showing up as the version of the connection that I want. Okay, and that's why I'm saying with this playful energy, or this beautiful fairy, so darn cute, but such high expectations, so demanding, jeez. But I feel like it's all for the highest good. It's to push your masculines out of these, old petty cycles, okay? Ain't nobody got time for that, okay? Yeah, your love life's engaging to a higher level of commitment because you out here doing big things, divine feminine. You are not about to be dragged down by the drama. You're reminding the divine masculines, like, hey, we came here to play and have fun, play some hardball. You out here trying to like slow us down in the game. What's going on? Bandage up that knee. Let's keep going. Some David Goggins shit, you know? Well, he bandaged up his ankle, but you know what I mean. But yeah, that is what I feel is the next steps here, okay? More commitment. Showing up with some more kahunas, you know? Because again, divine feminines, I feel like you've activated this by doing, you know, what you needed to do. It was really hard to close the cycle off or detach, but it was the only way that you were going to shine this mirror in their direction, was the no access, like limiting it. Like, there's no room for coming in. There's no me feeling bad, or, you know, me even initiating these terrible cycles by or reaching out and communicating, okay? And guys, please don't get triggered if you are reaching out and communicating, you know. These energies are really specific. And even if you are and you're going through a lot of these bumps and these cycles, you know, everything is meant to be and everything is in due timing, right? And kind of puts the responsibility on us to change, right? Like, the more cycles you're going through, I can guarantee you it's not them, it's you. That rhymed. I didn't mean to rhyme, but that was cool. Okay, so let's get one more message here on the masculine's energy and just see what else is coming up in this connection. Okay, there it is, healing family issues. I knew it was going to make its appearance. So we have the words healing coming up twice here, and it is just a beautiful confirmation that a lot of your divine masculines, I ain't joking, guys, like, they really are doing their inner work healing, and it's inner child healing, okay? A lot of the bad habits, a lot of their fears, a lot of the limitations that they go through, showing up as immature as they do in relationships, like, they're really backtracking and realizing that, oh shit, it was me. Like, I really need to get my shit together. I need to react better in situations. I need to have courage. I don't even know how to handle a woman's emotions. Like, shit, what's wrong with me? Damn, men really, men are supposed to be strong out here, and it's like shit gets too crazy with the divine feminines, and I just want to disappear like a ghost, right? You're testing someone's mental strength, and it's a beautiful thing, all right? I love you guys. Take it easy. I'll catch you in the next one.